And for this session, we have with us Aparna Naik. She's going to teach us on topic hash maps and sets. A bit of introduction about Aparna Di. She is technology analyst at Pfizer, and she was a former SDE intern at Freshworks. She's also a competitive programmer. So over to you, Aparna Di.
Thank you, Shruti. We can start, or do we wait for a few more minutes?
Di, we can start. People will join eventually.
Okay, sure. So, first and foremost, I would like to know like from which years are these students from? Like, how basic should I go so that it's good for me to understand and teach in that way? I would really appreciate if this is an interactive session, guys. Please don't hesitate to talk or pose your doubts. You guys can unmute. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Uh, I'll share my screen. Let me know if it is visible. Is my screen visible?
Yes, Di, it is.
Okay, great. So to begin with, do you guys know anything about hash maps and sets? How do you what are those, and any real life example which you can quote? From the name itself, it is quite evident, right? So is there anyone who can volunteer and tell me what do they understand by these terms? Basic understanding, not a big thing. No definitions required. Anyone? Okay, let me know then. So hash maps are basically have two categories. One is unordered map, and second one is map. So in these are actually associated containers that store elements formed by the combination of key value and mapped value. So basically, if you take an example of a dictionary, so you guys know that how a dictionary stores things in a key value pair. So for example, if you want to search anything, you search the key, which is, say, suppose you want to search hash maps. What is hash maps in a dictionary? Then you go by the word H and you will search the key, and it will have the corresponding value, which is the meaning of the hash map, which is the meaning of hash map in dictionary, right? So next, as like this is the real world example which I can quote about hash maps. This will help you guys to remember it very well. And next time someone asks you, you would be able to let them know. Okay. So the key value is used to uniquely identify the element, and mapped value is the content associated with the key. So as I quoted the example of a dictionary, you guys know there is no duplicate key. There would be two keys with the same value, would two keys having the same content. For example, for example, hash maps would not be defined twice in a dictionary. Am I right? So it's of that sort. So it has unique names, unique keys to which there are values associated on the right hand side. So it is a simple concept which we can understand in C++ or any programming language which you want to work with. You can understand in that sense. Now, in C++, I would preferably go with C++ today, and in that we call it as unordered map and map, whereas in Python you would call it as dictionary and stuff like that. So it's the keyword difference. Okay, so the structure depends on the hash function, a lot, but on an average, the cost of search, insert, and delete from the hash table is O of 1. So it takes constant time. So basically, it's like when you are using the same dictionary example I would take, when you are using the dictionary, it takes you hardly a fraction of second to search the word, right? When you know the how to use or how to find a meaning in a dictionary, you just need a few minutes, that's it. However, if suppose that entire dictionary is in a random order, or it's very shabby and there is no key value pair, then you would not be able to find out the meanings. In the similar fashion, your when we have a map, it is easier for us to side by side note what the key and the value is. That is why the lookup time required is O of 1. In an unordered map, the things are not in a sorted fashion, and whenever you update something, it will it will be dependent on the compiler in which way you see the output. I hope I'm clear. Any questions about this?
That's clear.
Okay. And do let me know if you guys have doubts in between, as I cannot see the chat works, right? So please let me know in between. Someone can volunteer and let me know about the same. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So next comes ordered map. See, for here we talked about an unordered map, and here we are going to talk about a map. So the basic difference, it's very understandable from the word. It says that it is the map which is being stored in the computer or machine would be in a sorted fashion, and it is sorted based on the keys content. So here if you see, here I missed the example, I'm sorry about that. So here if we have three things, this is a string and this is an integer, right? So we have mapped a string and an integer over here. If you see, the compiler will show it in this order. Whether you have inserted it in any order, it will not take care about that. And over here if you see, it is in a sorted fashion, which means the key, which is code chef, is written, C is first, right, alphabetically. It is sorted in alphabetical order. So oh, so is this should be like that, like this, right? So it is mapped alphabetically. That's what an ordered map does. And because of this, we need a little bit more time as compared to an unordered map. To look up, it will take O of log n time in a map, whereas in unordered map we required only O of one time, right? So here internally what happens is, the whenever you are trying to insert something, it will check. Okay, let's take an example over here. Okay, you have an empty map. Okay, you have an empty ordered map which you are going to declare, after which you try to insert, say, for and the value is 2. Now you there is nothing in the map, so it will go directly, and the map will contain for, which is mapped to 2. Next, if you try to insert code chef in it, it will not go second, it will go first. It will have to the map will internally sort it, and code chef will appear first, and then for will appear, because that is the alphabetical order. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Now comes unordered set. So in unordered map we had key value pairs, right? And now here we don't have pairs, we have something called as a set. Um, do you guys remember what sets are? We have, I guess, most of us have learned in school what sets are. Can anyone volunteer? Come on, guys, speak up. I'm not gonna judge you. Speak out, guys. It won't. Yeah, very good, very good. So collection of distinct sets, distinct elements, which means there is no repetition again over here. So even if you, so let's take an example again. Um, if I want to put integers in a set, okay, I will put insert 1, 2, 3. Again, let's consider I put an duplicate, which is 1. It will just ignore it. It won't care. Okay. And even if you check the size of the set, it will say the size as 3 and not as 4, because it has just ignored 1, right? So that's the basic understanding of a set. And just like in case of unordered map, here it is not in a sorted fashion, like you have put 1 first, then it's not necessary that the output will show you 1 as the first element, right? However, I mean, on the other hand, in ordered set, it will show you the order in which the insertion is being made. So again, as I had told you the example in Hashmap's, ordered map, it internally sorts itself, right? So it will take a little bit more time than constant. So it is O of log n time. If you guys want me to read it, I would read it. Otherwise, if you have understood, I'll go ahead. What do you guys, and have you guys understood? Okay, great. So, so here we come up with the basic differences. Um, this is a summary of what I have told you by now. Okay, so as I told you, set or an ordered set, what we call is sorted, right? So it is yes, and it does not have a value. We don't have key value pairs in sets, right? So it is no. And several identical keys possible, no. As one of you guys mentioned, there are unique elements, right? So it says no. And access time is logarithmic, which is O of log n, right? Next comes unordered set. It does not have sorted values. It does not have value in itself, as there is no key value pair. Again, several identical keys not possible, and access time is O of 1. Next comes map, which has sorted values. Which is sorted, which has sorted keys, which has sorted values, and several identical keys are not possible, and again the access time is logarithmic. Next comes unordered map, which does not have sorted keys. However, it does have value, as it is a key value pair mapping thing, and there are no identical keys, and the access time is constant. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, so these are the basic functions. I will just help you guys with by coding it and showing how to insert things that will help you understand it better. Okay. Speaking about the functions is ridiculous if I just go on speaking over here. Okay, we'll do it practically now. Um, so so the first and foremost thing is unordered map, set, and unordered set. All these things come under this library. Okay, once you include this library, you're all sorted. Okay, now let's start with the insert function for an unordered map. So now first we will declare an unordered map. It has this format, right? Key value and the name. So now this is the data structure. Sorry, this is what we need to have. So we will make a key value pair of say name, and correspondingly we will put like say phone numbers. Okay, so let's have this as a string, and let's have it as an integer probably. Okay, okay. Let me add. We'll add the unordered map. I think it is my compiler problem. Okay. So now you need to we will see the function of insert. Okay, umap. See here, umap dot insert. We use the dot operator, and we use something called as make pair, which will have this format. Okay, so let's copy this. Okay, so this is Aparna, and this is a string. So it will be like this. Oh God, I don't have these. I guess VS Code does not is not supporting. Sorry guys about that. Now let's see another way to insert keys. Okay, so in another way would be like this. So what did you do here is basically there these are the two methods in which you can insert into a map, right? So here you made a pair. You distinctly told that Aparna is the key and the value is 1. Over here you use the bracket operator. Bracket operator in maps helps you to directly like you will the map will look something like this. Okay, and this would not be like in order which I have written. It can be in any order as it is an unordered map, right? So it can be in any order. Now I hope you guys understood how insertion is done. Are you
Uh,
guys
Yes, ma'am.
listening? Are you guys listening?
these someone in chat box is saying, can you zoom in a bit? There is
Oh,
issue
sure,
with,
sure.
yeah.
um Let me directly use an online compiler. That would be better, I guess, because my VS Code is not supporting. Is this visible? Mm,
Yes, it is visible.
okay, good. Okay, so you got this right. Now we'll see. Okay, I may not delete it. We'll directly check on how will what this function is. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let me add 2 or 3. Okay. Now umap dot size would help us in finding out the size. Okay. Okay. So we have two names, right? So it is showing us size as 2. Now I'll show you one more thing. So I have the same key, but I've kept the value different. What do you guys expect? What should be the output? Oh, sorry. What should be the output, guys?
3,
No,
2.
it will be 2, right? Because as I told you, it will just ignore what if there is a duplicate key. Okay. However, okay, let me just print this out. So to print, you can use this function. Am I going a bit faster, or are you guys understanding? Okay, cool. That's great. Now, see, I'll show you. I'll just write it out first and then explain you. Okay. dot first or this one? Oh wait, I'll use dot itself. So now what the thing is, if you check the output, right. So here if you see this, what this means is, this is a shorthand for writing, like you guys know how we write a for loop, right? For int I equal to 0, I less than something, nums dot size or something of that sort, and then I plus plus. That's the original format which we use, right? So over here, this is a shorthand. So what this does is, this x is a pointer to the maps, like this unordered map. Okay, so it will directly point to the key value pair as a whole. Okay, now to output this, you will just need to use x dot first and x dot second. So here you can see, right? Okay, I need to format it a bit. So basically this 2 is of u map size. Okay, and over here if you see, this Anna is given the value as 1. How did this happen? It just updated the value, or maybe I would say that the earlier value which it had taken, it had neglected. I told you, right? If there is a duplicate name or duplicate key, it will just ignore it, and if the value is different, it will take that. Okay, so here if you see, it is 1 and not 3. Are you guys clear? Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Yes. You guys can call me Aparna. I'm not that old to you. Okay, so now let's go ahead, and you guys understood insertion. You guys understood what, how to find the size. Okay, now in a similar fashion, I will also show you in okay, let's check the next one. Okay, so this is just clearing the map. Okay. um oh, I think this, here's all the contents of the map, right? So here, uh, is that a key? Okay. Oh, I think I am quite confused between erase and this one. Let me try. Sorry about that. Oh God. Wait. Okay, that's correct. See, umap.erase. I'm not sure. Let me find it out at the end. Okay. So now next I will show you this function. Begin, end, and find. Okay. So so as I told you earlier, what we do is int I equal to, this is our traditional way of writing a for loop, right? So now if you want to use it in this way, then what will you do? You can just use umap dot begin I less than umap dot end. So now what this will potentially do is, it will do the same work as it did over here. Okay. So basically you can directly output, however like you used to do, right? See out, that stuff. Okay. Are you guys getting me? I'm trying to just explain you the functions over here. You guys clear? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
clear. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, okay, good. Okay. And now this is the final function. These are a bunch of important functions which I'm trying to teach you guys. Okay. So this is the count function. This basically tells you if the given number is there in the uh, uh, this one map or not. Okay. So if it is there, it will just write it as yes, or it will send a 0, and if not, it will send a 1. Okay. And these set of functions are very similar to that of unordered set. There's potentially very less change, which is basically for this one, which is u set dot insert. So here, if you see, it is u set, sorry, unordered set, and this is the what we say data type, and next comes the name, and u set is u set dot insert, so it will directly insert 12 in your set. Rest of the functions are pretty much the same as that of unordered map. Okay. Are you guys following? Okay, great. Now I'll just show you how this works. So what I did is I just changed unordered map to map, okay, which becomes a sorted map. Hmm. Let's remove this as well. Okay. Let's no. Oh, wait. So um so in this way you did for the map thing, right? Now do you guys want me to explain something more in this, or you just we can switch to working on some problems? Okay, very nice. And would you guys like to try it on your own, or how do you guys particularly do in these sessions? Yeah.
Mainly, the speaker used to solve the problems, and whenever we get some sort of problems, we ask in between.
Okay, okay, cool. I can do the same. Um, Let me just. Where is the chat? Huh. So we'll first do this one. Okay. First unique character in the string. Okay. Uh, so can anyone explain what the question means? Just the question. I don't want anything else. Hmm. Given a string, find the first non-repeating character in it and return its index. Okay. If it does not exist, return -1. So can anyone give it a try? Any thought? How can it be done?
So we might make a dictionary in which we're going to count the number of times a single character is being repeated
Can
in the
you
string.
be a little bit louder? I'm sorry, I cannot hear you properly.
Are you able to hear my voice now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
better.
so what I was saying is that in this problem, what we can do is we will create a map and trying to count the number of times each character, each unique character in the string is being repeated. And
Hmm.
based on that, we will sort out only those characters which are repeating for once, and then we will find their position in the string, and the character which has the least position, we will pick it up.
Perfect, perfect. Very good try. So now can someone else add to it and let me know if we are going to use a unordered map or a map? What do you guys think? We can do it with both things, right? But what is more preferable? What do you guys think? Any idea? Anyone else? Yeah, no one. What is our aim in this, right? As Bipul, right? Bipul Harsh said, we need to find out, we need to insert all these letters one by one in a map, and then we will find out which is the non-repeating character using the values assigned to these keys. So this will be basically mapping of a character to an integer. You guys following?
Yes.
Okay. Now over here we will use an unordered map. Why? Because it's not essential for us to keep it in a map, as map will take a little more what do we say, a little more time. Its time complexity will increase. As I told you, it has O of log n, right? So it will take O of log n time. So it's better to use an unordered map, as we need not think of having it in order, or you guys getting it? Like, we need not keep it in an order. That's what I mean to say. I'll explain you the question over here, right? So what our map should potentially look like is like this. Okay, so wait a minute, I had something for you guys. Okay, uh, so I'll follow this example, first one. Okay, and now if you see, are you guys able to view it properly, or should I zoom it again? Okay, great. So now see, the string is lead code. Now it will our iterator will one by one go and map it to the corresponding number of times it has occurred till then. Okay. Now check out. Okay. So our iterator is first assigned to 0, right? Next, what it will do is it will, so basically it is at this position, right? Now it will check if in the map is there any letter which corresponds to this one, which is L. So if the initially the map is empty, right? So it will have nothing. It will go and append this value into our map. I'll show you how to add this thing and all. But now, for now, just follow me, okay? Now next comes, now next the iterator will go to 1, right? It will increment just as we do in I plus plus thing. So it will go to the next value. Now it will be E. Okay, so it will again check if in the entire map do we have E. Since our maps only has L and the value assigned to it, it will go ahead and put this letter E in it. So till now our map looks something of this sort. Okay, L is 1, E is 1. Okay, now next comes E again. Now it will check in this. Now we do have an E, right? So it will just go and increment this and make it 2, right? Next comes T. So in this way, I guess you guys got the crux of what I'm trying to explain, right? So here again, it will check if it is in the map. If it is not, it will just append it and write 1, as it is the first occurrence of this letter in the entire map. Next comes C. C will also get a place, new place, and it will be 1. Okay, and O comes next, which is here. Again 1. Next comes B, 1. Now comes E. Again, since it will entirely check if there is E in the end, map, it will find that there is already one E which is present. So it will just go ahead and increment it again. So our final output, final map or unordered map, I would rather specifically say, unordered map will look like this, and this can be in some different order, like L can be down. So basically unsorted, right? So it can be in any order. Okay. So, am I clear till now? Have you understood the problem entirely? Okay, great. Now, let's go ahead and code it. Okay, I'll keep this for you. So as I told you, unordered map char int umap. Let's name it as umap. Okay. Now as I told you, this is the characters, right? This is a character data type. Okay. So char and int. Next, we will insert all these values in one by one into this map. Now, in like I will use the traditional approach here because that's the way we can parse this string, right? We cannot use that shorthand because that is particularly for traversing through the map which we are creating, map or set or whatever you call it, unordered map, unordered set, right? So now we will go in this order. Go in this traditional approach and write the entire thing. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so this is something new, I would say to you guys. I have told you that we use this bracket operator already, right? We had done that thing, which is umap Aparna equal to 1. This is what you guys know, right? But now what we have done is it is s of I, which is a character. We don't know which character it is, right? So that is why we are using this iterator, which will give us s of I. So consider I as 0. S of I will be s of 0, which is L, right? So u map of L plus plus. Now what does this mean? Okay, so this essentially means that whenever a map is created, it will by default give the value as 0. So here when I have initialized the map, right, there is nothing, obviously there is nothing, no key value pair is inserted till now. But if I write it like this itself, still it will assign it to 0 and not any other value, or particularly we have garbage value concept, right? Those things won't happen over here. It will have the value as 0, and when we do this increment, it will change it to 1. Okay, have you guys understood what I tried to explain, or I should explain it once again? Okay, great, very nice. Now, next we will next, as I forgot your name, sorry. Um, as someone told us over here before starting the problem that we need to check if the value is equal to 1. Uh, like first unique character's value is equal to 1 or not. So now here, um we will have to go one by one from the left of the string to the right. Okay, because they have asked you the first unique character in the string. So if you go if you traverse the map, okay, it will have values in different order. This can be over here. So in that case, the answer which should be 0, I mean the index is of L is 0, right? So it should be 0. But over here, the index would be something else, because your U map is in unsorted order. Because we want to save time, we are using unordered map. Okay. Now if you would have used a ordered map, you could have directly done this thing. Sorry, for uh, for auto x in map, if if statement, or if second value equal to 1, then print the index of it, because print the index of it. Yeah. So in that sense, you could have done if it was a ordered map. But since this is not an ordered, and this would have given you a correct answer. Now since this is an unordered map, what we will do is we will go from the left side of the string to the right side to find out the first unique character. Okay. Now, are you guys getting what I'm trying to explain? Okay. So if you map s of I equal to 1, return I or return -1. So now if you see, you map s of I. What does this mean? Is you map inside the map, the value of I will be, suppose, say 0. Okay, I equal to 0. S of I, s of 0 would be L. So it will check if U map of L is 1. So yeah, it will look up into this table, which will take constant time, and it will check if the value of this is 1, right? So it is 1. So it will directly return. However, let's consider that it was something of this sort. Okay. So it will not be the first value. There are two L's, so the value will be 2, mapped to 2. Okay. Now consider, like, since in the first iteration it did not satisfy, as L is not our like base value, it will next say, it will next go to the letter, sorry, it will increment to 1 and check for E. Now over here, E also has 3, E also is mapped to 3, right? So it will again cancel it out. I mean, it will increment the count iterator and go to the next letter. Now T. Now here comes T. So now T is 1, right? So it will return the index. Now if you see over here, by now it will be 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is the fourth letter of the string, right? So it will be 3. And the returned value will be 3. The position of the first unique character will be 3 if the given string is like this. Have you guys understood?
Yes.
Everyone is clear.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Looks like only 2 people have the guts to talk. Come on, guys. Don't worry, I'm not that old to you. Okay. So see, it gets accepted. Okay. Now let's try one more. Maybe we will be over the time by then. Okay. So let's see this one. This is very similar to what we did right now. I'll not be getting into much depth over here because it is the same code and very similar. So here we need to find the duplicate number. Okay. So given an array of integers, nums, containing n plus 1 integers, where each integer is in the range 1 to n inclusive, where there is only one repeated number in nums. Return this repeated number. You must solve this problem without modifying the array nums and use only constant extra space. So anyone would give it a try? It is very similar, I would say completely similar to what we did right now. Anyone? Just instead of a string, we have again integers over here. So our unordered map would be int comma int. It would be mapped from the key would be also integer, and the this would value would also be an integer. Any idea? Hmm. Any idea, guys? I want someone to talk, yaar. No one. I can see so many people over here, man. Uh, can you give it a try? Even you did not understand. If you understood the previous question, you should be able to do it. Okay, let
We
me do it.
basically have to find the
Yeah,
single integer which is repeating in the array without modifying the array.
yeah, yeah. Correct.
So
That's right.
we can just make the map or unordered map, and then we can just search the integer which is character 2 instance or
Mm-hmm. Very
2.
good.
We can just print it up.
Okay. Okay. Very good. Very nice. Okay. Since many of you have not responded, I would probably get into this one. I have no option. You guys are not responding. Okay. Let me try it out and explain you this one. Okay. So now what we are told is there is only one repeated number. So we are sure that there are no multiple repeats and all. So we will see. Now we have this one 1, 3, 4, 2, 2. Okay. Now, as per the rules, we are told that we will be creating an unordered map over here as well, because we are not caring about the like what order it is, or if we need it in a proper order. We don't care about it, right? So that's why we are using an unordered map over here as well. Okay. Now check it out. So we when we initialize the unordered map, it will be empty, right? Now we will have an iterator. Let's suppose I, which is pointing to 1. Okay. Now it will see if inside the map there is something, there is any key value pair or not. Since we have an empty map currently, it will directly go and do this, right? Now next comes 3. Now it will check if there is a key whose value, I would not use the word value. I would say it would check if a key's content is 3. So if since we have only one, and it will go ahead and insert another one, another 3, and it would get it to 1. Now next comes 4 in similar fashion, and next comes 2. Now here we have given there are two twos, right? So in the first go, when it will check, it will sorry, it will write it as 1 over here, and next time when the iterator goes ahead to this 2, it will increment this again. Since I had told you, it is similar to the last one which we solved, right? So it's 2 again. Okay. Now we are asked to find out what is the um, duplicate number, right? So since we know that there is only one key which has a value greater than 1, So we just need to check it out. If x dot second, like I have explained you in the previous one, if it is greater than 1, then we'll have to just return that number. Over here we are returning that number and not the index. Like in the previous one we did index, here we are returning that number itself. So here 2 is repeated, again here 3 is repeated, 1 is repeated, 1 is repeated. So are you guys clear with this one now? I would, okay, great. I would just write it out, write this code out. I won't explain much this one because this is very similar as I told you previously. So now you map nums I. This is again same as I had explained you previously. However, this time it is an integer and not a character. Now next, this one might be something new. Okay. Here we are using the shorthand. However, previously we had used our conventional method I equal to 0, that thing, right? Now we are checking the map, unordered map, and if we find out anything uh, which has greater than which has the value greater than 1, we simply send that as an output x dot first. Okay, here. Hmm. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, great. So, do you guys want me to do another question, or I'm okay to do one more if you guys want? Okay, 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 great, great. Okay, sure. So, I'll just explain that erase thing which I was there was an error about. So here, if you see, map.erase is a built-in function. It just erases entire content in the, I mean, the key value pair from the map. Okay, map, unordered map, set, or unordered set, whatever it is. Okay, now over here, if you see, we have an empty map which is initialized. We have inserted 4 values using the insert function. Now, yeah, so this is how we use the traditional method. I had shown you, right? Umap.begin, umap.end, that thing. So here this is done, and now mp.erase, which is this one, mp.erase 1. I'm not sure why there was an error, but yeah. So here, if you see mp.erase 1, it will erase this entire key value pair. mp.erase 2, it erases this entire. So we have 360, 550. Okay. I hope you guys are clear now.
Yes, Dee.
Okay. I'll share few more questions. Probably that should help you. I had planned to do these 2 questions with you guys, but not an issue. If you guys want, you can reach me out at my email ID. I would love to help you out. Do let me know.
Excuse me, Nick.
Yes, yes, yes.
They can be two, but some questions based on the find function.
Sorry, sorry, sorry. Can you please repeat?
They are
Find.
talking about can we do some questions on the find function, like
Yeah, sure. I am ready to do it. This one, I guess this one should require find. Yeah, this one should require find. I'm okay to do.
Yes, Disha, you can continue.
Okay, I'll I'll do this one, and then I need to go. Okay. So okay. So let's do this one. This is a little bit. It should like this is not conventional thinking, so it can go a little bit bouncer to you guys. Little bit, but I expect that this is to some like which we do from like childhood. We add two numbers and you know. So in that way, it should not be very hard as well. Okay. Now, see, given an array of integers, nums, and an array and an integer target, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to a target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution and you may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. So, can you guys, any one of you, like I guess Aryan, right? Aryan asked me to do this question. Can you um, explain what is expected out of this question? Any idea? I don't mind, guys, if you say something wrong or anything. Just speak out because that's the way you will learn. If you keep quiet, you will not learn anything. Anyone? No one? Okay. Okay, let me explain then. So here, uh, you guys know we are doing this 2 plus 3 equal to 5 from our, since eternity, I would say. So here, this is basically what we have to do over here. We are given a target value which is 9. Okay, and we have to find out from the given array if there is some pair. Okay, there is some pair which can satisfy this condition and get us our target, which is the product. I mean, product. Sorry, sum, final sum, which is 9. So you guys know, right? 2 plus 7 is 9. So now this is what we need to do over here. Any idea on how can we proceed with this? A very, very simple approach. That's what I expect, guys. Please respond. A very simple technique. How do you add two numbers?
by adding plus करने से
No, see, the question does not mean about addition or something. I want see, I have this array. I want you to find if there is a pair. So, if a small kid is asked to do this, what would it do? So, what can be the approach? So, like you can perceive from your eyes, right? This over here, 2 plus 7 is 9. What this girl is asking us to do, but if the 7 is over here, say, so what would you exactly do to get the first like basic, most basic brute force solution? It can have any complexity. It has nothing to do with hash maps or sets or anything. It is basic, understanding of coding.
we can add one by one.
Correct. Perfect. This is what I wanted, guys. Be responsive. Very good. One of you said 2 pointers, and one of you said, sorry, I missed that out. Correct. Perfect. That's what I had expected. Okay. So now I'll just show you that how to do that. Okay. I'll not write the code for it because that's very easy. Okay. Now, according to two-pointer approach or two iterators, what we will do is we will be keeping one constant value. Okay. Now let's suppose we have I equal to 0 and j equal to 0. Okay. Oh god. Okay. So now here, this is I. Okay. And say suppose this is j. It's like this is the initial thing, but we are told that one value should not be used twice, right? So which means we have to increment this one in the beginning itself. We cannot keep this as 0. Okay. So this will be 1. I is 0, zeroth index, j is first index. Okay. Now what should be what would happen next is I plus j equal to target. Hmm? So what is I plus j? I mean, you get that, right? Nums of I and plus nums of j. Okay, let me write it that way, otherwise you might get confused. Hmm. So nums of I, it is 2, and nums of j equal to uh, target, right? So 2 plus 7 is 9. We got our result. So you might say this is the best approach. But if suppose this is like this, see over here we can see the constraints. It has 10 raised to 4 the length of the nums array can be 10 raised to 4. So you guys understand it would be like 10,000 plus numbers. And if suppose our 2 is is on the first position and 7 is on the 10,000 position, then it would like take eternity to find out in that sense, right? Now let me iterate over this a little bit more so that you get a very clear understand. Now let me have this over here. Okay, I'll keep it over here now. And I'll keep the target as 10, not 9. Okay. So you know 3 plus 7 should give us the output, right? Now see, 2 plus 7 equal to 10, which is false, right? So it will go ahead and it will increment j, which will become 2 plus 11. Hmm. So it is again bigger than 10. Then in this way, 2 plus 15, which is 17. 2 plus 7, which is 9. So so what will happen is now j will increment again, but it is beyond the array. So it will just go and what we say, reinitialize. Yeah, reinitialize it to 0. Okay. Now it will be like this again, and we will increment I to the next number. Now I will this 3 plus 2 will happen, right? Which is 5. But this is what we initially did that as well. So we need not actually keep it to 0. We can keep it to 2, because in the first round we had j equal to 1, right? And beyond that, before that, maybe I can say all the values are already checked. So it is just ridiculous to have it again and again. Like it is not a good deal to check 2 plus 3 again and again, right? So what we do is we do not reinitialize it to 0. Instead we initialize it to I plus 1. Okay, which is 2. Now 3 plus 11 is again bigger than 10. 3 plus 15 is bigger than 10. 3 plus 7, right, now we get the answer, which is 3 plus 7 equal to 10. Yes, and we get the output. So now, if you see, I might have taken 2 or 3 minutes to explain this concept in itself. Now, suppose it has 10,000 elements. How long would it take, right? So it will take almost n square time complexity, because there are n elements which needs to be passed every time. So it will indirectly have n square time complexity. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Now, the hash mapping concept I would like to explain you guys. Okay, so what do you think? How can we incorporate hash maps in this? Any slightest idea? Anyone? No. Who were the guys who talked last time? At least those people talk. Okay, never mind. Now, to incorporate this, what we say, unordered map, what we need to do is we will have something called as number to find. Okay, what we will do is like we know that we have a key value pair, right? So 2 will be mapped to something like let's see, we have to output the indexes at which these things are, right? And we don't have to output the actual numbers to like 2 or 7. We don't have to output it that way. We need the indexes, right? So now what we can do is we can have something like a map which will help us find out the index. Okay, now what will happen in this case is, I'll tell you, number to find will be target minus number I, nums I or number I, whatever it is, this one. Okay, numbers I. Now I'll tell you what to do. So here we have this. Let's take this one again. Now, if you see, for the value of 2, okay, like we will go one by one, right, from left. So if we have value 2, the number to find would be target minus 2. So 9 minus 2, which is 7. So what will happen is we will try to find this number in our map. However, we initially don't have this, right? Because our map is currently empty. So it has nothing. So now when for the first time when the iterator goes to this 2, okay, what it will do is it will do this number to find thing. It will try to find this out. Okay, now number to find, I don't know what it is. Here it will say 9 minus 2, which is 7, right? So it will say number to find is 7. Now it will check if 7 is there in the map. 7 is not there in the map currently, right? So what it will do is it will just go ahead. So here, as I guess Aryan, right? Aryan has asked us. Here we need to use the find function. It will find if 7 is there in the map. So how will it do? How would it do that? So if you map dot find number num to find, maybe, okay, equals is like not in the map. Oh, then what will it do is sorry, yeah. So if it will check if the value, this number to find, is there in the map or not. If it is there in the map, then we have got our indexes. Okay, if it is not, we will just go ahead, and while going ahead, while iterating to the next value, first we will go and add this 2 into our map, so that next time when we try to find our value, we will get it, right? So now what will happen is 2 will be mapped to 0. Why 0? Because 0 is the index of this 0 is the index of the number in this array. Okay. Now next what will happen? I will be incremented. I will go to 7. Now again it will go to num.find, which will have 9 minus 7. It will have, this will have 2, and then it will say is search. If in the umap, you guys know by now that I initialize my maps as umap. Now umap, if it has this number to find, which is umap.find 2, then it will, since we have it, it's not the end, right? So we have got our indexes where our output is. So in this way we can use this find function. Did you guys understand, or do I uh, give some more examples so that you understand? Sure. Okay. Okay, great. So I'll just code this out for you guys. Okay. So we are initializing our unordered map. Okay. Let's have it as hash because these people use it as hash. Hmm. Now, see over here, we have both integers, as our key will be this number, which is an integer, and our value will be the position of this number in the given array, right? Okay. So this is okay. So now we'll have this, and now we will try to code this one out, finding the number thing. Okay. Ah, okay. Now number to find equal to target minus numbers I. Okay. So now, as I had told you, we will first find out if this number to find is already in our uh, map or not. Okay. So here we have used umap.find, which will find till the end of this map if, oh god, hash dot end. Okay. Now, so you guys have this is the last session of the DSA diaries, as Shruti had mentioned particularly. So you guys know what format is this. Like this is a vector, right, or an array, a list of same kind of numbers. So we will use a vector to store the result of and to return the result. We have this return type which we called, which we call as return type. We have it as a vector, so we need to initialize another data structure, I would say, which is vector int result. Okay. Now we will store our result into this. Okay. Now see, so these are few of the pushback concept and all come under vector. I think you guys know all those things, so I'll just go ahead and put it out. Okay. Number to find. So here, if you see, what we are doing is result is the vector which I told you. Now this pushback is a function which will help you to push back the number. Okay. So, so this can be in any order, right? 1 or 0, 0 or 1, that does not matter. So as addition is associated, so if you add nums 1 plus nums 0, it will be the same. So what will happen over here is hash number to find, which is number to find we have got is 7 in the first case, when I equal to 0 and nums 0 is 2, we have this as 7. So it will find if hash 7 exists or not. So here let's consider now that 7 is there, then it will directly push back the value of this, because this is used to find the value, right? You remember you map uh, Aparna equal to 3, say. Then if I just see out U map Aparna, it will give us 3. So that's the same thing which is written over here. Okay. So this is hash number to find. Now it will give the value, push back the value, I mean, which is 0 or 1, whatever it is. And then it will push back the this like iterator, because that is the iterator which we have come to find the second addition wala number, right? Then it will return the result. Now before ending this, I would say it needs to keep an account of all these things, right? So we need to populate the map, in other words, so that next time when uh, in the next iteration, if it tries to, when it is at 7, it will try to find the value 2, because 9 minus 7 is 2. So it should be able to find 2 in the hash map. So that's why we use it in this way. And next we will just return the result. And we are done. So did you guys get, or did you guys dozed off?
We are there, Di.
Okay, great. So I think I'm done. If there are any more questions, I'm happy to answer.
Yes, guys, if you have any doubts, you can just unmute yourself or you can put it in chat box.
I guess Ayush had asked me that question, right? So Ayush, did you understand? Okay, very good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They can come back at once again to the question. I have one doubt. Right?
Yeah, yeah, sure. What doubt do you have?
Why you have lastly mentioned like a hash number of I equals to I? Can you please explain it?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure,
yes.
sure. Please don't hesitate to ask, man. That's a very good thing. I really appreciate you that you asked. Okay, I'll explain you. See, now till here, see, if I don't put this, okay, as you said, if I don't put this over here, then what will happen? So in the first case, as I told you, this I just write it down. So here we had this at the first one as I, right? We tried to find out the number. Now 2 was our primary number where we are, and we and the number to find was 7, right? Are you following? You, yeah, hello.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, good. So now next what will happen is this, we go to like I plus plus hoga, right? So next number will be 7. So we don't have this one in our map. We have not populated our map as of now, right? So like next time agar you understand Hindi, right?
Yeah, yeah, I can understand.
Okay, हाँ, तो अगर नेक्स्ट टाइम वो मैप में ढूंढने का कोशिश करेगा, ये अगर फाइंड जो है हमारा, वो नेक्स्ट टाइम मैप में ढूंढने का कोशिश करेगा, राइट? कि हमारे पास 7 का जो नंबर टू फाइंड है वो 2 है, वो है या नहीं मैप में। तो लेकिन हम लोग ने अगर ये डाला ही नहीं, राइट, तो फिर हमारा मैप हमेशा ही एम्प्टी रहेगा, बराबर? समझ रहे हो? ओके, ओके रुको, मैं एक और बात बताती हूँ, ठीक है। ये अभी सबसे पहले हम लोग ने क्या किया, we are over here 2, right? Now I'll dry run this for you, okay? So this we did, okay, ये तो initialization है। अभी क्या हुआ, for I equal to 0, I less than numbers dot size, this is numbers का array I plus plus, okay। हाँ, तो अभी number to find, first step क्या हुआ, number to find, तो क्या बना, number to find is 9 minus 2, है ना, which is 7। तो वो देखेगा कि हैश हैश जो अपना मैप का नाम है उसमें 7 है क्या 7, अभी तक हमने कुछ डाला है क्या मैप में, हमने वो मैपिंग किया था ना अभी, कैसे हम लोग लिखते थे 2 को 0, ये सब किया क्या हमने अभी तक, नहीं ना, समझ रहे हो। हाँ, तो अभी इधर इधर हम लोग ने कुछ डाला ही नहीं है, राइट, तो फिर उसको फर्स्ट राउंड में ये ऐसे ही पास हो जाएगा, ये फॉल्स हो जाएगा कंडीशन, राइट, क्योंकि नंबर टू फाइंड है ही नहीं वो मैप में, ठीक है। अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम क्या होगा, अभी जब तुम ये वाला चीज रखोगे तो ये स्टेप में क्या होगा, ये लाइक ये तो स्किप हो गया है ना, ये तो स्किप हो गया, ना होने के बराबर हो गया, राइट। अभी क्या करेगा, ये वाला जो चीज है वो तुम्हारा 2 इसमें डालेगा और इसको 0 से इनिशियलाइज, सॉरी 0 वैल्यू देगा क्योंकि इसका इंडेक्स का पोजीशन 0 है, इसलिए, समझा। अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम क्या होगा, I प्लस प्लस होगा विच विल पोटेंशियली हैव I इक्वल टू 1, राइट। तो इंट नंबर टू फाइंड, अभी क्या होगा, ये देखो, जस्ट कॉपी पेस्ट, हाँ, तो अभी 9 माइनस 7 हो गया विच इज 2, है ना। अभी वो देखेगा कि वो हमारा जो हैश मैप है जो हमने बनाया हुआ है उसमें कुछ वैल्यू है क्या, जो जिसका की का की जिसकी की 2 है, क्योंकि हम लोग को 2 चाहिए ना यहाँ पे, तो वो देखेगा अरे हाँ है, वो मैप में तो है, तो वो व्हाट विल इट डू इज जस्ट पुश दैट नंबर बैक इनटू दिस, लाइक जो वेक्टर हमने बनाया है आंसर वाला वेक्टर, लाइक क्या नाम दिया था, रिजल्ट वाले वेक्टर में उसका जो ये जो नंबर है हैश नंबर टू फाइंड, क्योंकि इसके सामने हम लोग ने क्या दिया है, इंडेक्स दिया है, करेक्ट, तो वो देखेगा कि पुश बैक हैश ऑफ नम टू फाइंड, मतलब हैश ऑफ 2, है ना, क्योंकि नम टू फाइंड इज 2 बराबर, तो हैश ऑफ 2 इज, ये देखो ये हैश ऑफ 2 इज 0, है ना, तो ये 0 पुश बैक हो गया, समझा इधर तक।
हाँ जी दी, क्लियर
क्या हुआ,
क्लियर है दी, अब समझ
हाँ,
आ गया वो अभी
वेरी गुड, ओके। हाँ, और इधर ये बस नेक्स्ट वाला जो 7 का वैल्यू है वो इंसर्ट हो गया, तो बस ऐसा, ठीक है। और किसी को डाउट है, प्लीज गाइस, तुम लोग अगर ऐसे बिना क्वेश्चन करे करोगे तो फिर ये कॉलेज का ही लेक्चर हो जाएगा, कोई मजा नहीं आएगा तुम्हें सीखने में, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। अगर किसी और को डाउट है तो लेट मी नो, और आई हैव गिवन यू गाइस द मेल आईडी, तो अगर कोई सवाल है तो आई श्योरली लव टू आंसर यू गाइस, जस्ट गिव मी 1 or 2 days, क्योंकि ऑफिस का भी काम चालू होता है, राइट, सो आई लव टू हेल्प यू आउट।
Okay,
Anyone
Dee.
else questions, any else, sorry, what did you say?
No, Dee, I was saying if someone has doubts, then they
Yeah,
can
okay.
ask.
Are you clear, Shruti?
Sorry,
समझ
Dee.
में आया तुम्हें, तुम्हें समझ में आया ना।
हाँ, Dee, I was watching. I was trying a few things.
Okay, good. So if no one has questions, then I guess so we can wind up.
Yes, yes. A small vote of thanks from Coach Chef D, and thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your precious
Thank
time.
you. Yeah, welcome. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Dee.
Yeah. Bye. Bye.